What's up, y'all? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Olivia.
And we are Drivin and Vibin. Today we are doing a follow-up live chat from our Quartzsite tips and resources video we put out yesterday.
Yeah, so first of all, we're going to address some of the questions you guys left on that video, and then we'll kind of open it up to a Q&A.
And if you're watching the rebroadcast of this, in the comment section below, we'll link our video from yesterday, and you can also still ask follow-up questions down there, and we'll get back to you. But before we dive into some of these questions we already got, we want to bring up a few things that were asked multiple times, and many people asked about our talk about free camping with the Escapers group.
Yeah, so this will be exclusive to escapees or escapers members, and that will be held on the 12th, I believe?
13th,
or the 13th.
Saturday the 13th.
Saturday the 13th at 2 o'clock.
And if you are an Escapers member, all that stuff is located on the Escapers page and all that stuff. But because we didn't want to just have an exclusive talk on Escapers, we are going to put together a Vibe Tribe Quartzsite meetup. We'll be putting out a video with all the details, but that is scheduled for Wednesday. I believe it's the 17th.
Yeah, we will make sure to get all that info back out there to you guys. We'll start a Facebook event page so you guys can stay updated, and we will let you know where the event will be taking place and send GPS coordinates and everything.
So since we got all that stuff knocked out, thank y'all who are here live for being here. We're not looking at the comments quite yet, so if you have a question, wait till we get done with these pre-asked questions, and then we'll dive into those and pull up this live chat screen. But let's get these questions knocked out real quick.
All right, so Kevin said, is the RV show going on now?
So the RV show is not going on now. There is still vendors that are set up there for like the long term that are open, but the specific RV show starts on the 20th and goes to the 28th, and that's of January. So next up we have Donna, and she says, sounds like fun. How long will you stay?
We will be in Quartzsite for about a week. So we're probably gonna head out there tomorrow and find ourselves a good spot and then leave around the 18th-ish.
Probably so, yeah. Quartzsite is always so busy. We'll be working and socializing the whole time there. So we try not to make it go on for too long because our batteries will be drained. Jeff said, what's the least crowded BLM camping in Quartzsite?
You know what? I don't even know. It's all gonna be pretty crowded out there.
And my thought was, if you want to go like 10 or 20 miles south of Quartzsite, there's a place called Kofa that's BLM camping, and it's far enough out of town that it'll be pretty slow out there, I'm guessing.
Next up we have Paulette, and she said, I'd love to attend. What dates will you be there?
So kind of like the same question we had a few questions ago, but we will be arriving tomorrow. I think that's Thursday, and yeah, for about a week. Rob B says, what is the availability of propane like in Quartzsite?
Off the top of my head, I don't really remember, but there's definitely places to refill or swap out tanks. In front of the grocery stores, they have the little propane stations to swap them out, and I'm sure lots of the RV parks and campgrounds have a refill station there.
Yeah, RV Pit Stop, which is pretty much a place where you can do all the RV dumping and filling. I'm sure they have propane. And then Rose RV Park, which is in the link below, that I'm sure they provide propane as well.
Next up we have Gypsy Bell, and they said, when planning a first-time trip to Quartzsite, is it better to go with a large group like escapers or escapees, and or a smaller group on your own?
Is there a better location for first-timers to Quartzsite? I would say a group is the way to go. We would have very little desire to go to Quartzsite if it wasn't for meeting new people and kind of experiencing it with a crowd.
Yeah, you can definitely do it on your own, but I remember our first year, I kind of felt comfort of being a part of a group where they could kind of show us the ropes. It was one of our first times boondocking ever, so it kind of felt nice for us to take baby steps into like getting out and boondocking, and it can be overwhelming. You don't know where to start or where to go necessarily, so it was nice having a plan of, we knew exactly where we were going, and we had a group of like-minded folks to help us out.
And the last question we have that was asked earlier yesterday was Anita, and she says, I camp in a cargo trailer that is not self-contained. Is that a problem with the long-term visitor area, or can I park anywhere? So I can't speak for the LTVA. I'm guessing you don't have to be self-contained, because on the other BLM land you don't have to be. You could go tent camping there, say, and that's just fine. But that's a good question. I wish I knew more.
Yeah, we do not know the answer to that. Do they have porta potties there?
They don't have porta pot. Oh, so at the long-term visitor area, they may have a bathroom facility.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So that may be one reason why they would allow it, but don't hold us to that. There should be some more information, like on the Quartzsite website maybe, or if you research the long-term visitor area regulations and guidelines and stuff.
So now we are just pulling up the live chat. We're not going to scroll down. We don't know what's been asked yet. But if you have a question regarding Quartzsite or resources, tips, go ahead now and you can ask that in the live chat because we are looking and we'll get to those. So our endeavor says, can you put the meetups on our village?
So yeah, we could do that as well.
We haven't been on our village in a while, but we'll do that specifically for you. I don't know. I'll have to do some research because it's been a while since we've logged into that site, but I'm sure it's a possibility. But as far as the other places to find info, will be on Facebook and our YouTube page. So when will you get time to work on your Airstream project?
So we will be getting back to Alabama at the beginning of February probably, and we will be working on it until it's done at that point.
For sure. Living Lights chiming in, said hope all is well. All is great. Thank you for tuning in today. Yeah, so again, if you have any questions about Quartzsite, about the resources there, go ahead and ask them, or if you just have a comment. We're looking at the live chat now.
Yeah, but I can't really see the screen from over here.
You want to hold this? Yeah, you can hold it if you want to, yeah. I can't see either.
The glare is bad outside right now, and the wind, so sorry if you're hearing a lot of wind noise.
But we are super excited. Today we are starting our prep. We're going to do tons of laundry and get the camper ready to move. But tomorrow is the big moving day. I guess we'll restock on groceries.
So someone had some information. They said LTVA has restrooms, but you have to be parked within 500 feet of them if you don't have tanks. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that's perfect info. Yeah, so good to know that you can camp if you're not self-contained.
So Lori wants to know what you're eating at that little intro clip at the beginning of the videos. It was like a cookie dough.
Yes, it's so disturbing. I need to change that clip because I think I take a big bite and then it fades into like right on top of your head every video. But yeah, like Olivia was saying, it's a cookie dough ice cream bar.
Yeah, we got it when we went to Veg Fest in Colorado, and we'll have to look up. I can't remember what the name of them are now. I'll look it up and I'll let you know, Lori. Is there anywhere to get free water or free dump site?
So I don't think there really is free water or free dump inside a Quartzsite. Depending on where you're coming from, you can get a few of those things maybe for free. But I doubt many people are coming from Flagstaff, but there are so many free dumps and fill-ups there.
Yeah, you would have to probably fill up before you got there, but if you need to fill up while you're there, like Kyle said, it's too profitable with that many people there.
It's still not that expensive though. At RV Pit Stop, you can probably dump and fill for like 15 bucks overall.
You do have to wait in line normally though, because there's lots of other people with the same idea. Are you going to journey to Alaska?
Huh. Yeah, we would like to, but man, that's like 2 years away probably.
Yeah, we don't really have a timeline yet, but I would really like to go there. My uncle lived there for a while. My mom lived there for a while. That's where she met my dad, and my sister was born there. So I hear all these stories about Alaska, and I would like to go see it for myself. My wife got your sunglasses for Christmas, and she loves them. That's awesome. I love them too. They are so cool.
They've actually held up very well.
They have.
Like they have this function, so I'm sure like most nice sunglasses do, but haven't had nice sunglasses for a while. But they bend both ways, so it's like you don't break the arms.
Yeah, so they will overextend out and give you a little give that way. And I like these because there's a little screw at the top here, and you can take the top off and put new lenses in yourself. So if I wanted to put like blue lenses in or something, I could do that.
And you like plant 10 trees for every order.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. So can't wait for the RV restoration. And Lori said don't change the intro. It's minus 26 degrees up in Arctic Bay.
Last night was the first night we actually had cool weather here near Yuma. I slept like a baby with that cold air coming in.
So JD wants to know, what are the best vegan burgers? What's your opinion?
You know what? My favorite vegan burger was at that place in Durango. It was just probably a homemade bean.
Was it the Mexican restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So my favorite is just a black bean burger. I love black bean burgers. We tried the Beyond Burgers.
Yeah, those are good, yeah.
And they were pretty good. Some of them were almost too realistic for me. It depends kind of what flavor profile they're going for and kind of how they dress it up.
I would say that's one of the things too, is that we don't really want an imitation meat burger. We really like the black bean burgers because of the taste.
I just love black beans in general.
Yeah.
I put black beans in everything. So these folks restored a 69 Airstream 2 years and 40K later. Enjoy the journey. Airforms is a wealth of info. We've been on there nonstop lately. I have found the answer to so many questions because we have a minuet. The front wraparound windows, the center window is a little shorter, so the Airstream window guards won't fit it, and you have to cut it down to fit properly. And I've been really nervous about that part, but I have found lots of people documenting every part of the process.
And we actually, I say we, Olivia has been diving deep into this program called SketchUp, I believe. And she outlined the exact dimensions of our layout, and for the last like 24 hours we've been just playing with so many different options of how we want to lay it out.
Yeah, and so like our original plan of keeping, well, one of our plans was to put the bed in the back and have a split bath in the middle, and you know, all these different ideas that we were kind of leaning towards. Seeing them in person are seeming more like they are not the route to go. So it's nice to get ahead of time, kind of see how it will work, especially because our trailer's a little bit narrower than most. It really changes things. So even though we see a lot of these cool images online of restored Airstreams and stuff, those layouts won't necessarily work for us and give us the most open space. That
was one of the biggest differences between the 25-footer Airstream we looked at just a few months ago, is that it's a whole foot wider, and when you're working with one less foot, it's really, that walkway can get thin very quickly.
And we are trying to leave it as open and airy as possible and not make it feel too crowded. And Martin Chamberlain said, please say hi to Larry Hubick. He's your biggest fan in Canada and watches every single video that you make. So hi Larry, and thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you go on Thursday to the escapee area? They say no check-in until Friday.
Yeah, so I mean, there are people already camping at, I don't know about the escapees necessarily, but the escapers, there are two different spots, but I'm positive both of them people are in there early.
Now that they have released the GPS coordinates, I feel like they're pretty open to people getting there a day or two earlier.
There's at least 10 people already at the escapers camp. Any other questions we got?
Have you made the black bean patty yourself? Yes.
Heck yeah.
We have been experimenting with different ways to bind it, because just the breadcrumbs, I've found it doesn't hold together well. But me and my sister experimented one day, and we actually used oatmeal as our binder, and we ran it through the food processor a little bit and used that to mix in. And that worked out really, really well. So that was awesome. It was a great consistency, and it didn't fall apart, which is the biggest struggle I think most people have making a black bean patty, is it not crumbling.
I ate this one black bean patty in Moab, and I swear it was 50% cheese. It was interesting, but I really didn't like that much cheese holding the patty together.
But I think that was their workaround for it, how to help it bind together. River's whining down
She
here.
could barely get that stick.
She couldn't reach the stick to chew up. David said SketchUp rocks, using it on my tiny house design.
Heck yeah.
There's definitely a learning curve to it, and I spent like the first day just trying to figure out how to use all the tools and just kind of get familiar with it. But once I got one layout down, then we duplicated like 4 or 5 more. So we have like 5 different layouts going on right now and different modifications, and it's really fun and helps me visualize things a lot better.
And it's interesting how much difference 1 or 2 inches can make. We were doing some measurements on a bench this morning and thinking, well, like 12 inches seems so small, 25 inches might seem good, but then we just have to see, like take the tape measure out and really see what it's like in real life.
Yeah, sometimes like your envisionment of that, is that even a word?
I think we'll use it.
Your vision of it in your head is way different than reality, because I was like, oh, 2 feet is not big at all, but when I looked at it on the tape measure, I was like, whoa, that's way wider than we need. So yeah, now we're fine-tuning things and trying to get more accurate dimensions. We just kind of did a rough layout to get an idea, and now we're resizing everything to the actual size it will be. Peter wants to know what we will be doing for work at Quartzsite.
Oh, so whenever I say we work at Quartzsite, what we'll be doing is doing so many video collabs. We'll probably shoot up to 20 different videos in Quartzsite that we'll release for the next 2 months as far as interviewing people goes, seeing, you know, getting different working from the road ideas, videos. So we'll just get so much footage there.
It's a great way for us to network and collaborate with other YouTubers and RVers and bloggers, and we learn a lot, so we like to share what we learn, and we come up with ideas of information that people might find useful. So it's just a lot going on at once. We're going to want to share some of the events and fun stuff that we do.
Yeah.
So it's just non-stop kind of ideas, and yet having fun too. It's like a mix of everything.
And then we'll be hosting that meetup, which I'm sure we'll vlog about the meetup and try to get some of the Vibe Tribe on video. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that Vibe Tribe meetup.
I'm seeing myself in the playback on the computer, and I move my hands around a lot. I'm a very animated talker, apparently.
We got time for a few more questions.
Emily wants to know if at some point you will want a home base. I am 23 and debating if I should jump right into full-time RV or if I should get a small home first and RV second.
My opinion would be jump into RVing first and then get a home base, because once you get that home base first, you're really starting to tie yourself down a little bit. But with that said, we definitely want a home base in the future.
Yes, and that's just our opinion, because we didn't want to hit the road with any debt. We didn't want anything hanging over our head when we were out traveling that we had to worry about, whether it's being maintained, having to put that money into it, whether it's your property tax or whatever payments you
or
might
a renter,
have to,
you know.
Yes, different things like that are just more things to juggle. But if you do have access to a good deal, many people rent out their house and use that for income while they're on the road. So I think it just really depends what you're looking for. Thomas said quinoa is also a good binder. Yeah, and someone said something about pea protein too. So
cool.
Thank you for those ideas. Someone asked if we're using a hotspot for this upload.
So for this upload, we're just doing it straight from our iPhone and using our iPhone data to do it. But we have been running 2 of our hotspots here where we're camping now near Yuma, and we're getting awesome speeds. So we've been uploading all of our pre-recorded videos with our 2 hotspots.
And someone wants to know if we ever run into unfriendly critters while camping on BLM land or boondocking in general.
Not very often. I would say it is the most minute percentage of the time.
And that would really, not even out in the desert though so much. I mean, we've seen 1 scorpion ever. We've seen some tarantulas, but they mind their own business.
Yeah. We've seen the bighorn sheep, and they mind their own business as long as they're not disturbed.
Yeah, the most part. Jeez, I can't talk today. Most of the time when we run into animals, we're out hiking, and it's probably an animal that's threatened by river. So mule deer was probably our closest encounter of like an unfriendly animal, and we just backed away and left her alone. She had her babies with her, so she was just being protective.
I'm getting a red bar now. It said bad connection. Huh.
Hopefully we're still connected with you guys.
The timer's still rolling, so let's get to the last few questions, I think, and then we'll wrap it up. It's been almost 20 minutes, and I don't want this video to stutter.
So Kirk wants to know how we will outfit the new rig. Solar size, battery amp hours, tank sizes, propane sizes. Will you get a new or larger truck?
Yeah, so we'll definitely get a larger truck. I doubt it will be brand new, and we will outfit it with probably 400 or plus watts of solar, and hopefully with a lithium battery bank. All that stuff, though, is far out in the distance.
So our endeavor is new to Quartzsite, not sure where to go. They're considering RTR location, not sure what where our escapers are at. What's your suggestion?
I would suggest if you are new and you're not part of any official group, I would go to the RTR.
Yeah, you don't have to be a member or anything to go there.
And in RTR, it's so large that they have separate camps inside of there, and you can camp on the outside. You can see what rigs you want to camp near. Like usually they have like a school bus section, you know, a solar section, but really you're welcome everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you can go park anywhere that you want to, really. Where can they find where the RTR is held, the location?
Just type in Rubber Tramp Rendezvous in the search. That's what I did this morning to find out the details of that. It starts on the 12th and it goes for 2 weeks. So if you type in Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, it'll be the very first tab on Google, or it should be.
And Paul wants to know where the Vibe Tribe meetup is going to be in Quartzsite. We don't know yet. We are planning it out right now. It's just kind of on a whim thing we thought of today that we thought would be fun, because we're getting a lot of requests from people to meet up and hang out, and we're not going to be able to have time to meet up with everyone individually. So if we thought we could get the whole Vibe Tribe together at once, that would be awesome. Definitely be cool.
And so yeah, we'll put a video out about it in a few days. And then also, if you're a part of Facebook, I would suggest joining that event page, which hasn't been created yet, but it will be created today. That's the best place and easiest place to find the GPS coordinates once they come out.
Bill wants to know if we have a timeline on how long we will stay full-time.
No, we don't. So this year, while we're renovating, while we will be living in the fiber stream, we'll be very stationary. Mm-hmm. So, like, you could consider that full-time, but I know we're going to get that itch to go out and travel once we get done with this renovation.
Yeah, and that's kind of the beauty of what we like about this lifestyle, is we can stay put in one place as long as we want, or we can be on the go as much as we want. It really gives us the freedom to do both and stay somewhere a long time and visit our family as long as we want to. But right now, we just want to do it as long as it makes us happy.
Any other questions we got?
I'm sure we have. Oh, no, we're caught up pretty much.
So I think it would be a good time to sign off now. We're over 20 minutes, and like, I don't want this bad connection to get too bad.
The last one was Breaking Free RV. Is Yuma less populated than Quartzsite right now? It's getting hard to get a spot away from everyone. Yeah.
So I would suggest going on Campendium or free campsites and look up American Girl Mine. It is wide open, and even though there are probably like 50 campers in the American Girl Mine area, mm-hmm. You can definitely find a private spot.
There will be a lot of people coming here after Quartzsite though, so beware. This is a very popular spot for folks to move to and gravitate to after Quartzsite.
Also, Ogilvy Road is another road that connects to American Girl Mine, and there are so many spots up and down Ogilvy Road for about the first 7 miles of it.
Alright, I think we are all caught up on the questions. If we missed you, I am so very sorry. It was not on purpose. Thank you guys so much for joining us today and for all of your questions.
Yeah, and hopefully we see many of the Vibe Tribe in Quartzsite. We cannot wait to do this meetup, so be on the lookout for that video and that Facebook event.
Thanks guys, we'll see you next time.
Later on.